campaign 2024 news, Missouri Governor Mike Parson is explaining why he's against Amendment 3. It's one of the many issues on your November ballot, and it would legalize abortion across the state, which conservative lawmakers took away with the repeal of Roe versus Wade. Now, in a letter, Governor Parson says, quote, pro-abortion groups have spent nearly $20 million to promote extreme pro-abortion agendas. Nearly 75% of financial support can be traced to out-of-state donors. He goes on to say the language of this amendment was written by pro-abortion activist groups and limits Missourians and their elected representatives' ability to deliberate on health and safety standards for women and children. The governor ends by urging voters to say no to Amendment 3.